Traders, what we're going to be talking about in this video is the new S9 Cycle Trader TS version 1. Now this will be available to those who have been posting in the forum and have been supporting others. So if you would like this TS and you have been showing interest over in the forum and supporting others and doing some postings and testing, what I need is your name, screen name from the forum, along with your email address where you would like it sent to, and I will send you a copy of this TS and you can try it out, and also be sure to post your results over in the forum. Okay, this is what I need from you in order for you to receive a copy. I need your Forex Factory screen name. The reason I need that is so I can check to see if you really have been posting in the forum. If I don't find your screen name over in the forum as being posting anything, I will not be sending it to you. Send it to, this is where you want to send your screen name along with your email address where you want me to send the TS. Send it to seller9@yahoo.com. So send me those two things, your Forex Factory screen name and your email where you want me to send this TS, and I will send you the S9 Cycle Trader TS version 1. Oops. Get this off the screen. This is just one of the postings I made today a little while ago over on the forum. It shows one of the setups that this new TS did do. This was just from last night. As you can see the time it covered, and I just shut it down a little while ago. And I will be doing some more testing again tonight and then next week with some of the settings. As you can see here, it took 104 trades altogether. This is using the add-ons. Maximum add-on was set to 5. So as you can see, some made it to 6, which is the original trade plus 5 add-ons. So this one made it all the way up to 6 trades. Some were a little less. Of course, it depends on when you turn it off to. And you can see it got up to 2,890 pips up here, maximum, and we had a maximum drawdown of 476 pips. So that was a pretty good ratio. That's about a 6-to-1 or so, something like that. And you can see when we closed it, this is what we ended up with. And this was our particular settings for this one. As you notice, if you looked at them over in the forum, I tried different settings to see if we can arrive at a good setting. This one has cycle length. The cycle length was usually number 3, which we'll get into in a little bit. And the weight, or actually this is the candle that the signal triggered on, was at 0. And we'll get into that over here. Otherwise, I didn't use anything else over here. One thing with this particular TS, what you can do is set a take profit of so many pips. I was using like 500 here a week ago, and it was hitting it pretty consistently, so every day with certain settings. So, but other than that, with this particular test, I wasn't using any settings in the dashboard itself. I was just at a lot size of 0.1, and I just let it run to see what it would do. Now here's what it looks like. Open up the settings here, and you can see there's not too much to it. Now this thing only works on pair charts. This is not made for offline basket charts. You can put it on there, but it's not going to take any trades because it's only looking at the pair you put it on. So it's made for single pairs. You can put it on a Renko chart. I haven't tested it completely yet. I do have one test going on a Renko chart. You can see that over in the Forex Factory. I posted that. But basically what we got here is cycle settings. Now what cycle settings mean is you'll notice there's 4 balls here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I just put these on here like this so you can see what the numbers are. Gives you a better idea what's going on. In this case, these are 4 different cycle lengths. You can call them Hertz cycle, you can call them anything you wanna. I call them just cycle lengths. And in this case, all 3 of the cycle lengths, different lengths, are in confluence with each other. They all lined up. Now these do repaint. They could have been over here, they could have been here. They keep moving. So this is not something that is fixed once it kicks the numbers here. So remember that. This is one of the trades from last night. You can see it took 6 trades. There's actually 2 of them right here, one on top of the other. So you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades, and this is where I shut it down before. And actually it's going a little bit farther down. But this is where I stopped everything, and you can see it made 315 pips on these 6 trades. Okay, now here what I've been saying is we got cycle 1. If you want to use cycle 1, where only this ball has to be present, like here, this would give you a trade because you only have the number 1 ball selected. And if you were using this set to true, you say enter on anything that has only 1 ball. If you had it set for 2, what that means is you need 2 balls to agree, like down here. And as I have it set for 3, 3 balls have to agree. And as you can see, the number 3 lights up bigger, so that tells me which setting I have turned on over here. So if we change this, let's say let's change this, set this to false. And we can go with a 2 ball because we got a 2 down here. Let's just show you how that shows up. And as you can see, now the 2 ball lights up. So what that means, all you need is these 2 to agree. Same way up here, only these 2 have to agree. The one that's lit up plus the other ones that are lower than it. So if you got a 2 ball lit up and the 1 is there, you will get a signal. Here you can see, same thing here, same thing here. Go back to the 3, and you also have 4. Let's see, let's turn this one back off. I'll show you what the 4 looks like. In this case, all 4 cycles have to agree. And you can see in this case, all 4 of them are on the same candle. And so you would get a trade short signal here, and you can see the 4 is lit up as being red, and it's bigger. So it tells you what you have your settings set for. You have it set for a 4 ball confluence. All 4 of these have to be on the same candle. Here you got another one down here. You got 4 ball confluence. And we're using the number 4. Now in this case, oops, close this out a minute. So if you got in down here, there's 1 day, there's 2 days. On the 3rd day, if you were using this as an exit, you would have got out on the 3rd day. It would be 81 pips without any add-ons. So that's basically what these do. Let's set the fact that the reset the default is number 3. And we're also using the cycle as the exit. So if ever, in this case, like we're using the 3 ball, just a minute, get this reset. Back to the 3 ball. In this case, we're using the 3 ball to get in. We would also use the 3 ball to get out. You can't use any other ones to get out. The exit ball count always matches the entry one, so you're always using the same entry one as for an exit as you are for an entry. So in this case, we get in here with a 3, and we have to wait until we got a 3 ball green signal down here, and it would take us out. So we'd be going from swing to swing. Let's see here, once like this one here, you'd get in here, you would get out here, and then you would get back in here for a short and keep on going. Add to trades, default is true. You can do a maximum of 5. And now this add to trade is a little different than we've had in the past. This one does not draw fractal add tos. This one actually looks at confluence of these balls, whatever you're using. So say if it was over here, then it comes over here, and now it's over here, it would add to the trade every time it moved. It does not matter if you're in profit or not, it's going to add to the trade, because more than likely when you're taking a short up here and you're actually not going down, you're not going to be in profit. If you were wait to be in profit up here, you would never get any add to trades. So remember that, it's going to add up here, and you're going to get a bunch of add tos up here. And it goes to 5, you can change that. And Marty is the martingale kind of add-on. So the first add-on will be double your lot size. So if you're running a 0.1 lot size, your initial trade will be a 0.1 lot. Your second trade, when it does the add-on, will be a 0.2. Then it goes 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, till you get up to 5 add-ons. When you hit 5 add-ons, you'll have 5 add-ons plus your original, you'll have 6 trades. Show daily open, that's what this is. They don't do anything for the TS, they're just there for you to look at. Some people like them. If you don't want them on the screen, just set this to false. And this is the time zone of this here. You may have to change that if it doesn't line up with your daily open. Pivots is just like we've had before. You have to adjust this to get the correct pivots. Pivots are not used by the TS. They're only there for you to look at if you want to look at them. They just come in handy, and they got a button up here where you can turn them on or off. Signal candle. Okay, now that is default 0. What that means, it will enter the trade on the same candle that the signal is on. It will not wait. Now remember how you count candles. Most of you probably know this, but the present one, like this active candle, is 0. That's the 0 candle. This is the 1 candle. This is the 2 candle. This is the 3 candle. You count backwards, but they always start with 0, which is the one that you're presently on. In this case, the default is 0. So what it means, when this signal pops up on this candle, it will take the trade immediately. If you want to wait 1 candle until the price action is over here and this signal candle is closed, you set this to 1. If you want to wait another one, you want to wait till 2 candles till you're over here. Then this would be the 1 candle, this would be the 2 candle, you would set this to 2. If you want to wait till you're over here, this is your where you're at right now. Say your price action is over here. You want to wait 3 candles, you can go 1, 2, 3, put 3 in here, and it'll wait. It'll look back and see where the signal candle is. That's what we call this, the signal candle. So basically that is all there is to it. It's real simple. Here's the weekly pivots. If you want to look at them, that's fine, because sometimes maybe you just want to look through the trades. You don't want to take them right off. You want to look at them and say, is this going to be a good trade? And then turn it back on over here. What you do is keep all your buttons turned off if you want to. And then as a signal pops up over here, you go look at it. Like here now we got a signal, and I have nothing turned on, so it's not going to take it. But say we want to go look at it, saying to go short. This one is giving us a 3-ball short signal. And as you can see, remember I got it set for candle 0 for the signal. So it's giving me a signal right now. And if we would have got in down here on this entry, of course we would be getting out right now. It would, if we would have got in down here, we would actually be getting out right now, because it's opposite signal. We would have picked up 73 pips, and right now it's signaling a short. So we would close this long, and now we would be going short. And you can turn these off, and like I say, you can turn these off if you want to over in the settings. If you don't like them on the screen, it's just your daily open. It's not used for anything. Same way with these weekly pivots, they're not used for anything. They're just there for your looks. But if you want to see these correctly, remember there is a video on how to set those up properly so they're in the right place. If you don't have them set up properly, they're kind of useless. But you can look around the Forex Factory forums. There's a forum, it's called Davit, D-A-V-I-T forum, and he talks about these if you want to, if you're interested in how he uses these weekly pivots to trade. And show trades, they will show you your previous trades. In this case, 6 of them, 315 pips, and this is where I shut it off a couple hours ago. So that's where we shut it off. So that about does it. I don't think there's any other ones popping up. Nope, that's the only one that's showing us anything right now. I'll turn this back off. But you can see, now you look at these and you say, boy, these are really good. But remember, these things repaint. So it doesn't necessarily mean this thing was here before. Same way with this one up here. If you look at this one here, when you're in a consolidation area like this, it probably started over here someplace and kept moving across. Now this does not look for highs and lows. It looks a little different. It's a different algorithm. So if you look at it and say, well, that's not the highest high. Well, no, it's not made to be the highest high. There's more into this algorithm than just high highs and low lows and things like that. So, in the same way with these 1, 2, 3, 4, those cycle lengths are predetermined. You can't change them. Those are fixed in stone, so don't worry about asking, can I change the length of these or readjust on? No, this has been gone over. This is what works. It's not going to work 100% of the time. Nothing does. And like I say, if you set the maybe you would want to try scalping on a lower time frame or something, or using just the 1 ball, you know, go between these, or use 2 balls. But 3 or 4 work the best. And I've been using it on the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart works real good. Here's some more. Here you go. Here's a trade from here down to here. Then you go back again up to here, down to here. Sometimes these trades may not look like a lot. You're going to make a lot, but remember, Like this one was probably repainting across here, so you could have add-ons in here. The add-ons are what makes a difference. It's just up to you whether you want to use them or not. Some people don't like to use them. If you do use them, be sure you use a smaller lot size, because you can get quite a few pairs, trades. Like over here, we got 104 trades in just last night, but we got 2,334 pips out of it. And when you look at this is a pretty good ratio, 476 to 2890. I usually look at that ratio, and if it's above 1 to 1, I figure it's doing fairly decent. But you may want to try different settings for this. Like I said, this is the cycle 3 we're using, and the signal candle we're using is the 0 candle. If you look at the Fork Factory website over there, you'll see some other tests, so you may want to pick out one that's different or try one. And like I say, this thing is not going to be perfect all the time. Like this here, this could have painted up here, and you could have entered a long trade up here, and then as it goes down here, it will keep adding on. And one thing about using the Marty, as it adds on bigger lot sizes as it's down here. So once it starts going into recovery up this way, it's going to recover much faster than, say, if you didn't use Marty. Because if you didn't use Marty, you would be up here, say with a 0.1 lot. Well, then you go way down here, and if you don't get out, you stand, you wait. You got to wait until it gets way back up here before it starts to go into profit. Whereas if you have a add to trade put on maybe here, you'll start going into profit before you even get back to your original trade. So it's all up to you. But remember, keep your lot size, because you could end up with a lot of trades. And this basically is a 24-hour, 24/7 trader. And like I said, you can even trade it just day to day. Put a take profit, a basket, take profit. Let's put a take profit on here. And if you reach, depends on what your lot size is. In this case, where you got a 0.1, you could set it at 250 pips, 500 pips. It's up to you. Try it, test it. 250 pips a day, nothing to sneeze at. So give it a whirl. And like I say, we'll see what happens. Here's some more trades. And I am presently trying it on here. I'll bring it over here. Here's here is the wrinkle chart. I am presently trying it on. And you can see this thing. I started it way back here someplace, but the thing has been moving sideways. So it didn't take a trade until today. And you can see I'm using the 3-ball. And it just got in here a few hours ago, I think it was. And it's up 38 pips. And it's done a couple add-ons. It's already done 3 add-ons, because this thing has been moving around up here. So you'll say, geez, that thing just seems to be doing a lot of add-ons. Well, that's the way it works. You can always change that number of 5 down to 1, 2, or 3, whatever you want to do. But once this thing starts going south, it's going to pick up steam real quick. But for some reason, this thing has been moving sideways. It would have been nice to get back in over here ways. Let's see here once. Here's the 3-ball. If we would have got in down here, depending on where you get in, up to there, that's, what's that, 2 days? A little over 2 days, 388 pips on 2 days. So. But it's just strange. Oh, now all of a sudden, now we're moving sideways here, so we'll see what happens. I'll just let it run here. It's up 64 pips already after this kicked in, and most of that is due because you can see the prices down here, and the original trade was down here. Zoom in a little here, just a minute, zoom in a little bit. Here you can see the original trade, one of them. The original trade was down here, then it did an add-on, and it did 2 more add-ons up here, and you can see we're already up 60 pips, and we haven't hardly gone past the original entry point. You know, we're just barely doing the spread right now. That's like I say, when you do these add-ons, that's what really gets it to kick into high gear once she switches directions. Now, that's not saying you should not give yourself some protection. You may want to get this out of the way. Back over here in the dashboard on your pairs, you may want to use some sort of a stop loss, you know, 1 or 2 ADR or something, just in case you get a pair that really goes crazy against you. Or of course you can always use the if your network connection has a tendency to drop out at times and you want protection, then you'll want to use this down here. This will send, if you set that to true, right now it's 2 times the ADR, but you can change that. It looks at this ADR over here. So right now it's set at 2, so it's like for the Aussie Canadian dollar, it will send a stop loss of 114 pips back to the broker. So this would, if you set this to true, this would be placed at the broker's server. So if you lose your network connection and something goes crazy on you, against you, where you can't get out of the trade from a signal back here, this could save you. So remember that. This goes directly back to the broker. It does the same thing as basically as this stop loss does over here, except it goes to the broker. The only difference is this is not a trailing stop loss, where this one here can be a trailing stop loss if you want it to be. Okay, so I think we'll leave it at that. Here you got some more 3s. This one would have went here. Kept going down to here. Now you can see there's another red 3 in between here. Well, if you would have hit your maximum 5 add-ons up here or here, this would have been another add-on. Okay, so that about wraps it up. Just remember, if you want this, it's going to be available to our good followers over there on the forum in Forex Factory, the ones who have been posting support of the other traders. And even if you're a new trader, get in there and do some postings, and eventually you could get it too. But for now, we're going to let our posters test it out. So I will need your Forex Factory screen name so I know who I am sending it to, and also your email address where you want me to send it to, and I will send you a copy of the STS. So everyone have a good day.